Welcome to Spoiler Piece Theater, the podcast that doesn't give a shit about spoilers. We just want to talk about the movies. My name is Evan Crean. My pronouns are he, him. I am co-chair of the Boston Online Film Critics Association, co-author of your 80s Movie Guide to Better Living, and co-host of the It's the Pictures podcast.
And my name is Dave Riedel. I'm a movie apper. I'm a member of the Boston Online Film Critics Association, and my pronouns are he, him, which I forgot to say earlier.
Well, you got it in there, though. You
I
remembered.
Did. Yes.
That's what matters. Alrighty, folks, we are here to talk about a movie this week, but before we get to that movie, I want to mention that over on our Patreon this week, we are talking about the winner of our America/American poll, which are all movies that either have America or American in the title, in honor of our upcoming 250th birthday here in the U.S. And the winner of that poll was Team America World Police. And we had a very fun conversation about that. So if you're a patron, check it out. If you're not, maybe consider joining for this one. I think we had a very fun conversation about the movie. And for $5 a month, you get access to weekly bonus episodes like that one. You also get to vote in monthly polls like that poll. And yeah, while I'm at it, I want to say thank you to our sponsor piece patron, Heather Sachs. Heather, thank you for your support.
Thank you, Heather.
All right, so let's move on to this week's movie. We have a war film that we're talking about that is called Lucky Strike. And it is directed by Todor Kotsev and Rod Lurie, written by Rod Lurie and Mark Friedman. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And it stars Scott Eastwood, Colin Hanks, Anjanou Ellis-Taylor, and a bunch of people I feel like maybe I'd seen before, but can't remember by name.
Did John Magaro pop up in a scene? Or did I make that up?
I don't remember him showing up in there. John Magaro, I feel like I would remember.
Magaro, excuse me.
But yeah, so this is a World War II movie. The short version is that basically this is about a soldier who gets wounded and he's trapped behind German lines during the Battle of the Bulge. That's our kind of like one sentence summary. That soldier is Scott Eastwood. He is an engineer and he's part of a army group that does demolitions, and they take out like bridges and other, important targets. And their team is tasked with blowing up some trees and basically creating a barrier so that the Germans can't get their like Panzer tank division through to stop or to like blow up their fuel depot. So in the process of doing that, his entire team gets killed and he's on his own. He gets shot in the leg. And then the rest of the movie is basically like him surviving a series of dangerous situations, killing, SS officers and other Nazis until he can finally get rescued at the end, like when he's like the brink of death, basically.
Yeah, one of them with a flamethrower.
Yes, that was a very satisfying scene.
That was rather satisfying, I felt.
Yeah, there were definitely some satisfying Nazis getting shot scenes in this movie.
Yeah,
the flamethrower part. There's the part where he walks into this like house and he's like taking a moment to collect himself, and then he realizes it's the same house actually. The teapot goes. The kettle is like whistling, and he's like, "Oh shit, there's somebody here."
Yeah, and
that's when he kills the guy who is the flamethrower, and then finds other Nazis upstairs that he scorches.
That's right. He beats that guy to death with the I don't know what you call it. Is it still the barrel?
I guess so, of the flamethrower. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize it was a flamethrower until he puts it on. I'm like, oh, it's a flamethrower.
Yeah. Well, I saw the backpack part of it on the table, and I was like, oh, that looks like a flamethrower. But then I also didn't put two and two together, because I was like, oh, he's just like beating him with a shotgun or something.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's just a series of those kinds of situations. Like, he's hiding out in like a farmhouse where unfortunately the father and the mother get killed by the Nazis, and he kills them, but then the daughter survives, but her parents are dead. What are some of the other things? He encounters a guy.
Real quick, did you catch the call back to her at the very end when he sees her walk by at the field hospital?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Still felt terrible for her. I was like, glad she's alive.
Too.
Sucks her parents are dead. I was
Yeah.
worried when he handed her the gun. He hands her his pistol
I thought she was going to
for
shoot
self
herself.
defense. I feel like the movie was kind of like lingering on him leaving the house, and I was worried any moment we're gonna hear a gunshot from the inside. And thank God we didn't, because that would have been way too grim for me.
Well, it also would have been too. It would have been. Well, anyway, continue. I'll get to it.
Yeah. He gives her his pistol, so he just has his machine gun, and then he has to play dead at a certain point because he finds a bunch of dead Nazis, and he lays down and plays dead, and so they take his gun. They also piss on him, and then he
Perfect.
has to stay quiet. One of the other soldiers kind of like comes to, who's not dead, and he has to quietly stab that guy and kill him so he's not discovered.
With a bayonet, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then I'm trying to think of some of the other. He has to. There's a trademark like war movie scene where he's running through a field that's exploding all around him, and there's gunfire and smoke and whatnot. There's a
Yep.
white horse that he keeps seeing, runs away.
That was
And then-
irritating, I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it. Death rides a pale horse. Moving on, please. You know.
Right. Yeah, or the like moments of like there's a war going on, but nature still exists, and these poor animals are like caught in the middle of it. And then he comes across a guy who so in the beginning of the film, you see this convoy that's a group of black soldiers that are I don't remember what they're on the way to do, but they're in a truck, and their
they
truck
have
gets
cigarettes.
stuck. That's right. They got the Lucky Strike cigarettes. I was so dumb when I was watching this movie. I was like, oh, okay, Lucky Strike cigarettes. Gotcha. They're central to the plot of the movie. Okie dokie.
Chekhov's cigarettes.
Yeah. So they're going, and then their truck gets stuck, and then they get shot up by the Nazis. But one of the guys gets off a shot and kills the officer. And then later Scott Eastwood finds him, and he's still alive somehow. And he's gonna try to get the truck unstuck and try to save the guy, but then it gets blown up by I don't know, bombs that were dropped.
Yeah, well, whoever Scott Eastwood is talking to on the radio says something to the effect of, just try to take cover because we heard that the SS is just going to like basically bomb the shit out of everything around here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, right. And then it happens like right after that radio thing. And unfortunately, that sergeant ends up dead, who that's the one I was like really bummed out about.
Yeah, I was really rooting for
too.
that guy to like make it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets past that, and then he eventually comes across a guy who says he's an American soldier, and he's got a dog with him, and
he's got
like
a
a German
dog that a lot
Shepherd.
of Germans would have with him.
Yeah. And basically, he realizes that guy is also like he's like a SS officer pretending to be an American, so he has to kill him. But he does it like in the nick of time. Like he has one bullet left in his gun, his Luger that he stole off of one of the Germans, and he kills him with one bullet left, and then he passes out. And then when he wakes up, he's like in the hospital. And the rest of the movie kind of comes back around to this like scene. He was meeting with this woman played by Anjanou Ellis Taylor, and he was like trying to help her get her pension, and you don't really understand why until it comes back around. It's like you find out that she's the one who made the radio that saved his life. Lassie is the name of the radio. And so he feels like he owes it to her to make sure that she gets her pension paid out from the company. And so he's like there telling her this whole story about how it was, she made this incredible radio that survived all of this hell and saved his life. And then it's kind of like she's thrilled that she's getting this money and very appreciative. And then it's kind of like gives us a moment where you can see his life now with his family because he survived. He's got 2 kids, and the radio is kind of like there on the dresser in the kids' room. That's kind of like the end of the movie, right? It's like they like close the door. It's like good night.
Good night, radio, or Lassie.
Yeah. I was amused that guy who was pretending to be the American was like, I'm more of a Rin Tin Tin man myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
The dog does die, unfortunately. So if you're Content warning to anybody who does not like movies where the dog dies. The dog gets shot in the crossfire, and while you don't explicitly see the dog get shot, you hear the dog go like "Arr!" And then you don't see it again. So you're like, okay, that guy shot his own dog. What a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, not that I'm going to defend Germans, but he probably wasn't trying to shoot his dog.
No, I don't think he was trying to shoot his dog, but he certainly didn't care enough to get his dog out of the way.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? You pretended to be an American. Actually, I think the whole thing about that was because there were Germans who were raised in the United States and then went back to Germany to fight for Germany in World War II, and they did.
Mhm.
I mean, that's well documented. So, yeah.
Yeah, but he says a few suspicious things. He's like, "Oh, I like the army and the naval game."
Yeah.
The football game, and then he's smoking the cigarettes, but he's smoking the Lucky Strikes the wrong way, so that the logo is still there.
Yeah. Well, you know what's really funny about that is you are supposed to smoke filterless cigarettes upside down because the way you pull them out is the logo's up top and you pull it out with your thumb and your two fingers, and then you just put the other end in your mouth. So the logo is on the bottom. That's how it works. And I think, unfortunately, the gag in this is, well, one, he doesn't know how to do it, but two, he sets it upright because he's German, and Germans are very, they like their things the right way.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, you find out that Americans are trained to smoke it so the logo's not visible so that they can't be tracked, basically, when they like leave cigarette butts behind.
Right. So that you don't know what kind of cigarette it is.
An American.
Yeah. Yep. So.
What did you think of this, Dave?
I think this movie is not good.
Oh, okay.
I think, well, one of the things that I did like is that it's very clear that whoever the production designer was, along with, I'm sure, Rod Lurie and everybody, they really wanted to get it as accurate looking as far as equipment and firearms and tanks and Jeeps. All that stuff looks absolutely legit. But I think there are three big problems. One is Scott Eastwood. Because Mr. Eastwood, as much as he looks like his father, does
he look like his father in this movie.
Boy, does he look like his dad.
The most I've ever seen him look like Clint Eastwood. Like the face, the lines on the forehead, like the nose, like everything. I was like, holy shit, this is Clint Eastwood's son in a way I've never seen before.
Yeah, because I mean, Scott Eastwood's been in a lot of movies. But I was watching this and I'm just thinking, now Clint Eastwood, I will never say is a good actor. But you know what Clint Eastwood is? He's a great fucking movie star.
Yeah.
And
he's gristled.
Yeah.
He's got grit.
Scott Eastwood just doesn't have that command. He doesn't have that gravitas. He just doesn't have it. And I think the material is not good enough for an average actor to put it over. I think the only actor who really comes off great in this is Anjanou Ellis Taylor, because she's always wonderful. And she gives those scenes. I mean, I just remember watching the I guess it's kind of a wraparound. The other thing is this movie does weird time jumps. It starts in the past, in black and white, which, I mean, I guess I understand why they did it, but because, okay, this already happened. But then it flashes forward to after the war with Scott Eastwood visiting her.
Right.
And then he's just like, he gets out the flask and the way he's like, it's an old habit. And it's just like, I don't like the way this is written or it's being performed. But she's so good. It's like, well, all right. And then it cuts back to the past again. And then it goes, and then it kind of time jumps to their conversation a few more times. Anyway, it's a little, I wouldn't say it's hard to follow, but it is a little bit jarring sometimes.
Yeah.
The way the
clunky.
cuts come in. Yes, clunky is a good way to put it. But the thing that I found very off-putting is not the right word, because it's not like a bad thing that they did this, but it just doesn't match very well. You can tell which scenes they actually shot in a forest, in like shitty conditions, whatever, and then you can tell which stuff is shot on a soundstage. You know,
Mm.
like the whole scene with the German soldier pretending to be an American at the end. It's so blatantly a set. You know, it just looks so fake. I thought,
Mm.
and I also just found the story kind of predictable, unfortunately. The war story, not so much
Yeah.
the wraparound stuff or him with his family at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I did find his ordeal repetitive and predictable, right down to the German. I was watching this with my uncle because he's here for a visit, and I said to him when the German pretending to be an American shows up, I'm like, "This guy's a German, isn't he?" And he's like, "I think so."
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever
Yeah,
met
it's
my
like too
uncle,
convenient
yeah,
too. And
oh
it's
for
not
sure,
like he ever heard on the radio, oh, there's somebody else out there who like could be there for you to meet with or something.
right? Exactly. And the guy was just too vague, and it's just telegraphed.
Right.
I thought that the scene in the house with the mom and the dad and the daughter was really effective.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I kept thinking to myself, they're not going to shoot the mom, are they? And then they shot the mom, and I'm like, that was kind of the one thing that surprised me, because most of the things in this
Mm-hmm.
actually, because if you've seen the trailer, which I had, and if you, I knew that his whole platoon was going to die, because I just, that's kind of the setup for the story, right? He ends up alone behind enemy
Right.
lines. But everything else you can kind of see coming, except for that. I really didn't think they were going to kill the mom. But then they did, and I was like, all right, well, this movie has some chutzpah.
Mm. Yeah, I thought they were going to kill the mom. I was like, they're going to kill. I was surprised though that they had that moment where he like doesn't do anything. She gets killed, and he's like, oh fuck. If I had been like 2 seconds earlier, she'd still be alive.
Yeah. Oh well, day late and a dollar short, Scott Eastwood.
Yep.
I did
Surprised
take
he shot his way out of that.
yeah, I did take great pleasure, and I think we already said this, but I'm just going to say it again. I did take great pleasure in the torching death of the one German. I was just like, when this guy gets it, this is going to be kind of amazing, because not only was he SS, that's bad enough, but he was also vain, which the movie takes pains to point out how vain he is.
Yep.
In the 30 seconds he has on screen. So I was just like, well, fuck this guy. And then I think he finishes him off by shooting him in the back of the neck, if I recall, because he's burned alive, but he's
That's
still
right.
alive,
Yeah,
crawling toward his tank.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scott Eastwood comes up and finishes him off. Yeah, I think the big problem, I think that you could take, a mediocre script, which I think this has, and if you put like a great star in it, you could have something that's pretty watchable. And it's not like this isn't watchable, but there's a whole lot of dead space in this movie too. And I also feel like a lot of the action scenes are kind of clunky, just the way that they're staged. I did like the one where he basically walks into the middle of a battlefield and doesn't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I liked the effect of the tracers, and I liked that he's not just, some hero who runs off and takes cover or whatever. He's just lying there on the ground, covering himself, like screaming in agony.
Yeah.
I did like that, but otherwise, yeah, I'm sorry, Evan. It just didn't float my boat so much.
Mm.
Did it float
It's
your
okay.
boat?
It did. I actually found this, I think, more watchable than you.
It floated
I
your
don't
boat.
disagree with some of your critiques, though. I do think that Scott Eastwood is not nearly as charismatic as his father, and that the movie definitely suffers for that. That he's more milquetoast, and I feel like you could kind of replace him with almost anybody, almost like any actor, really.
You know who'd probably be worse though? Not Ray Winstone. Take a guess at somebody who's roughly Scott Eastwood's age.
I don't know.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah, he sucks. I hate him.
Yeah.
That's one of my actors that I really hate.
Oh, I mean, I hate him too. So
He's
we're always.
terrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does this guy keep getting
I
work?
know. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Like, handsome, yes. Good, no.
Yeah. I will always. Yeah. Good looking guy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Has no charisma. I think he has no charisma.
I've met wooden planks with more charisma.
Yeah.
Scott Eastwood's not that bad. He's not
No.
that lacking in charisma, but I agree that the movie suffers because he's not nearly as charismatic as Clint Eastwood, and it's just like you gotta hang a movie on him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you said it would be better or the same with just about anybody, but I mean, who would make it better though? Who could make? I mean, this is one of those things. I've seen a lot of Rod Lurie movies, as it turns out, not having realized necessarily that they were Rod Lurie movies. I mean, The Contender. I saw his remake of Straw Dogs, which I thought was fairly effective, actually. Did you have you seen a lot of Rod Lurie movies?
I'm not sure now. I'm like looking him up. I'm like, what have I seen? No. Nope.
Yeah, I'm going
Nope.
back through.
Nope.
Straw Dogs, which was
No.
2011, is the last movie of his I've seen.
I think I've seen 0 of his movies aside from this one.
The Last Castle I saw, The Contender. I saw Deterrence, which is not a good movie. So I just kind of feel like Rod Lurie just doesn't really have the stuff and never has. And so it also doesn't surprise me that he would write a screenplay that I don't like so much. So, but we were talking about your reaction. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think I found this more watchable. I don't also disagree about parts of it feeling kind of repetitive and predictable. I like that it's kind of like a down and dirty kind of war movie, and it's just like one guy trying to survive, and and like you said, not being like a badass about it. He's like shot, and he's clearly like hobbling along, and it's tough for him, and he has to survive a lot of things against the odds. Like like in another world, this guy didn't live because it's just like there's too much shit he's got to survive to try and make it. Was it like 30 kilometers or something? He's got to.
I think it's
hike?
30 kilometers. Yeah.
Yeah, on like a gunshot leg, and then he gets hit with shrapnel later and sustains other injuries. But I found some of I agree with you about the production design being top notch and feeling very period accurate. I thought some of the cinematography was actually good, like the framing and the composition of shots. Particularly, there's a couple ones I can think of. There's a part where he is with another soldier and they're kind of climbing up a hill on their stomachs.
That was a good looking shot. You're right.
To get at the machine gun nest to kill the Germans. That I think was actually really well shot. The framing of him holding the flamethrower, where he's like standing in the kind of like cutout area. There was like a shot of him holding the flamethrower, which I thought looked really good.
Yeah.
There's another shot where he's around that broken down Jeep where he's fighting the German guy. I thought that also looked really good. So there was some stuff in here that I thought was visually interesting, more so than your kind of like average run of the mill movie of this like budget and scope.
Yeah, in the same scene with the flamethrower, I appreciated when he was climbing up the debris or the detritus or whatever you want to call it on the side of the house to get to the second floor. He lost his footing halfway up and nearly fell. And I was just like, okay, we're sticking with the premise that this guy's just a guy. Good.
Exactly. And so I feel like that made it easier for me anyway to root for him. And even if Scott Eastwood wasn't carrying that part of it, I feel like the elements around the character, to me, the very real danger of being by yourself behind enemy lines and having little to no support. Like every time he called them up on the radio, they're like, "Yeah, we got bigger fish to fry. Sorry, dude."
Yeah. And I felt bad for them too, because it's like, look, man, they can't come get you. They need everybody here because they're getting fucking fire rained down on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, there were when they actually were outside on practical locations. I thought overall it looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think, unfortunately, the opening scene when the truck gets stuck on that like fallen tree,
Yeah.
it's actually not really clear that the truck is stuck. It just looks like they like kind of ran into a tree.
Yeah.
And they keep saying, we can use the winch. And it's like, you know, there are probably a lot of people seeing this movie this day and age who have no idea what the fuck a winch does. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not going to get to the part where they unstick the truck, you need to have someone have a throwaway line. It's like, I don't see anywhere you can like do it. And it was like, yeah, we'll wrap it around that tree, and then there you go, 8
Mm-hmm.
seconds, and we've done it.
Yeah.
you know?
You know what? You know what? A throwaway line I actually really liked. So there's a scene where he commandeers a tank, and he's just fucking driving a tank. And first of all, he swerves to avoid a dog, and then drives off a cliff
Mm-hmm.
and gets like knocked out. And I'm thinking, how the fuck does this guy just get in a tank and know what he's doing? And I think the movie captures like the scariness of like having this tiny fucking viewport of a tank and trying to drive a fucking tank and have like such limited visibility. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that scene was done very well. But I was like, how the fuck does this guy know how to drive a tank? And then later in the movie, he's like, yeah, when I was in Africa doing tank shit, and then they found I was an engineer, and then they're like, no, you got to go, blow up bridges and shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so there's a reason narratively why he would know how to drive a tank.
Yeah. It's not like Michael Myers jumping into the car in the original Halloween and knowing how to drive, even though he's been in that mental institution since he was 6.
Right? Yeah. So I was glad that they circled back to that, because I was very confused. Like, I don't think just any old soldier could hop in a tank and figure out what to do.
For sure. I mean, I had trouble doing that with the video games where you had to drive a tank.
Yeah.
Imagine being in a real tank.
Yeah, I know. And so I thought that scene was another effective action set piece where he is kind of like trying to figure out where the hell to drive the tank, and then ends up driving it off the cliff.
Yeah. You know what? I was just thinking about, and I apologize if this is me beating a dead horse about the quality. I kept watching it and thinking this feels like a TV movie, but not like a TV movie like made for Netflix or made for Hulu, like old school, like we're showing it on ABC on like the Tuesday night movie at 8 p.m.,
Mm-hmm.
Which is too bad. I like a war movie.
Yeah. I like this one. I'm sad it didn't work better for you. I thought this was pretty solid. Not like A plus or anything,
Well,
but
it's
like
not like
solid.
it's not like I hate it. It's
Yeah.
just kind of like it's got more flaws than it does positives for me.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, it's too bad. It's a really good story. It's a really good idea for a story.
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll give them a lot of credit for that. Because if you're still finding things we don't know about or situations we weren't aware of from World War II, hey, good work. But yeah, I just think the execution is it's not the best execution. But that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be fucking balls amazing. I mean, this is also like, it is kind of interesting that this is getting this is a wide release movie. It's not a huge budget. But I think that the things that they did use the money on are effective, like a lot of those outdoor scenes we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wonder how this is going to do. I don't think there are any other big movies opening this week, so it's going to be interesting right before 4th of July.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, World War II, people generally want to watch it. It's like thoroughly a dad movie. Probably should have come out last weekend.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe that's why I'm liking it more. Maybe I'm entering my dad movie era.
Yeah, you could be. I got a movie for you, though. It's not a dad movie by any means. But I mean, killing. I saw that movie, The Furious, a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I want to see that.
Oh my God. Riedel's recaps. All caps. Killing. Apostrophe. I mean, it makes the Raid Redemption look like this is how you do killing, guys.
Well, okay, that's intense because
Yeah.
the raid is a lot.
Now I will say the raid is more is grittier because this is it's
Mm-hmm.
not like this movie is played for laughs or anything, but it definitely has more. It's a little looser. It's not so just like there are breaks in it, whereas I feel like the raid is just like, and we begin, and now here's 101 minutes of fucking hell.
Yeah,
You know?
right. It's balls to the wall the entire time.
Yeah. Whereas this movie, you get some breaks and there's a little bit of humor and anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But that was Riedel's recaps of the Furious.
All right, so it sounds
Yeah.
like a thumbs up on the Furious.
I think you would enjoy it. I do.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll definitely need to check that out. Just before I forget, returning to my dad movie a joke earlier, this does have a Hanks in it, so I feel like that's
Yes.
also a signal of a dad movie. Not Tom, but Colin. So I feel like that's close enough for dad movie territory.
I wonder at what point we will be in society when we get Chet Hanks in movies.
Hmm.
I know that he makes dope beats or whatever. But does he have any acting aspirations? He must not.
I don't know.
Yeah. Has Colin Hanks been in any movies with his dad?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to probably fix that with a simple Google search. But yeah. Anyway, is there anything else that you have about ye old
Lucky Strike.
Lucky Strike?
I did feel like it was pretty corny when we get to the scene where he's in the hospital and the guy's like, I'm going to recommend you for like the Silver Cross or whatever. And he's like, sir, I don't deserve the medal. My men didn't live.
Mm.
And then like he has to get lectured by the commander who's like, your job's not to get your men to live. It's to make your mom live and your kids and everybody back home. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That was not great.
Pretty corny.
Yeah.
But I did respect that it showed him thinking I didn't do a good job out there. My men didn't live, therefore I don't deserve. I respected them showing that part of it.
Yeah, but even though the speech was completely corny, I do understand that higher ranking officers' feelings because I mean, if you think about it, I'm sure that there are things that other soldiers did in war that unintentionally got some of their fellow soldiers killed. I mean, Scott Eastwood's character does everything absolutely by the book, and everybody ends up dead anyway. He literally does nothing wrong. Yeah.
He even tried to stop some of the people from killing them.
Yeah.
He
That's
directly
right.
took shots at them.
He took a shot at some of those guys and got one of them. And he even finished the work. He finished rigging the bridge and he blew it up himself. I mean, so the guy fucking did his job.
Yep.
So no shade on you for that, Scott Eastwood's character.
No.
Captain fucking guy. That was his name.
Captain fucking guy. Captain Castle.
That's right, Castle. That is not a great name.
No.
I mean, it's not, bad, but it's not. I'm not loving it.
I can't think of anyone named Castle without thinking of Frank Castle, the fucking Punisher.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't think of that. I just thought of. Well, I think I said at the beginning of this, Rod Lurie directed a movie called The Last Castle, which I think is I think that's Robert Redford and James Gandolfini.
Really?
I think.
Last Castle, I gave you my heart. The very next day,
you gave it away.
You threw it in the moat.
Yeah, I don't recognize any of these actors aside from the three we've mentioned. I thought that I did. There's a guy in there who looks like John Magaro. I don't know who he is.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else you want to add?
No, I've been fairly, we'll call it middle of the road negative.
Middle of the road negative.
Yeah,
I think
middle.
that's a
Yeah.
fairly accurate description.
Well, it's not like I'm sitting here like absolutely incensed at how bad it is. It's just,
No.
it's like it's fine. It doesn't. I mean, it's not fine.
Yeah.
It's not that good, but it's just like, I think if you ask the filmmakers, they would say, well, we did what we set out to do. So, hey, great.
Mhm.
And if this turns into a movie that all the dads are into, fucking rock and roll, man. Who the fuck am I to say don't see this Scott Eastwood war movie where the
So,
plot hinges on smoking cigarettes?
Yeah, I know. Go figure. So would you fall into the your mileage may vary on this one, or would it be a straight up not recommend?
I mean, it's right on the line for me. But I think, a not recommend is like you're saying, there's no reason you should see this. And there are definitely, especially if you're given to this kind of movie, which is to say a World War II movie, fairly gritty, that there are reasons to see it. Scott Eastwood is not one of them, but there are other reasons.
All right. So a qualified your mileage may vary.
That's
basically.
Right. We've just created a new. We've had a recommend, your mileage may vary, and a do not recommend, and now we've got a qualified, your mileage may vary. I mean, we are really
like
stretching ourselves. Yeah. There's a qualification to the qualification, and Evan has named it a qualified, your mileage may vary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would veer more towards C. This. I think that's where I come down.
Okay, that's fair.
Tough but fair.
Yeah.
Not tough. I just like saying tough but fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps up another episode of Spoiler Piece Theater. I'm going to say a huge thank you to, well, I guess, Lucky Strike you can see in theaters, I guess, right? It's coming out in theaters.
Yes,
so
it comes out today. So,
yes. So I want to say thank you to our editor, Otto Clamor. Otto, thank you for making it sound so great week after week.
Thank you, Otto.
You can find the show anywhere you get podcasts. You can also go to our website, spoilerpiece.com. If you want to buy some merch to support the show, you can find a link to our TeePublic store where you can get Spoiler Piece shirts, notebooks, pillows, mugs, all that good stuff. So
I'm going to throw in here a little plug for a Spoiler Piece pillow, like a little throw pillow. Because as you may or may not remember, I don't think I've ever mentioned on the show, but I've definitely told you, I've had some shoulder problems in the past couple of years. And I tweaked my right shoulder over the weekend sometime. I don't know how. And if you lie, so this is my right shoulder, right? You lie on your left side, you take the Spoiler Piece pillow, you stick it under your arm, and then you kind of like lean a little bit, you will feel no pressure on that shoulder.
Damn. Okay.
And it's kind of like you're having a little snuggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
So there you go.
Sounds so nice.
Yeah. I mean, you can't like sneak into bed and like hold on to one of your kids because they're getting old enough that they'll be like, what the fuck, man? So, plus you need your arm to be a little higher. Ted's too low to the ground and it makes my shoulder hurt to put my arm around him. So, yeah.
Well, good to know about the Spoiler Piece pillow.
Yeah. You heard it here, folks.
Oh boy. So if you want to get in touch with us, you can find us on social media. You can also send us an email, spoilerpiece@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought of this movie. Let us know what you thought of our Patreon this week. Let us know if you listened to an old episode and you want to gripe about an old movie that we haven't talked about in years.
Those are my favorites.
Yeah. We love to hear from listeners, so definitely reach out. And if you really, really like the show, if you really like the show, rate and review us. Go to ratethispodcast.com/spoilerpiece. It'll take you to your platform of choice. Any reviews and ratings are helpful to increase our cred in the podcast world. And if you really, really like the show, please consider joining our Patreon. As I mentioned at the top of the episode, we're talking about Team America World Police, the winner of our America poll.
And America Fuck Yeah poll.
America Fuck Yeah poll. We had a lot of fun talking about that. For $5 a month, you get access to weekly bonus episodes. You get to vote in monthly polls. And so, yeah, it's a lot of fun over there on Patreon. You also get access to our back catalog, which has hundreds of bonus episodes for you to listen to. And I think that's all the stuff I was supposed to say. So I'll say that my name is Evan Green. I'm co-chair of the Boston Online Film Critics Association, co-author of your 80s Movie Guide to Better Living, and co-host of the It's Pictures podcast. You can follow me on social media as Real Recon, and that's real as in film real.
And my name is Dave Riedel. I'm a movie yapper. I'm a member of the Boston Online Film Critics Association. And you can find me on all the social medias as Dave Sees Movies, except for Blue Sky, in which I am David Riedel, and Twitter, in which I am X Can Suck a Dick.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.